Malaysia, we are facing a serious health challenge. Our national obesity rate is now at 33%, and now we rank one of the highest among the most obese countries in Asia. Known for our love and passion for food, this is a sign that something is going very wrong with how we live, how we eat, and even how we take care of ourselves. So what is causing this rise in obesity, and what can we actually do about it? To help us break it down, let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Kirubakaran, our bariatric surgeon from Gleneagles Hospital Penang. He will help us understand the real drivers behind this trend and share some insights into how Malaysians can take control of their health. Thank you for being here, Doctor.
Yes, thank you so much for having me here today. As we know, obesity is more than just a weight issue. It's linked to a higher risk of type 2 diabetes, heart diseases, joint problems, obstructive sleep apnea, and many other serious health conditions.
I see. Thank you, Doctor. Also joining us today is Ms Lim Wern Ying, Dietitian from Gleneagles Hospital Penang. She will help us understand the issue from the standpoint of our diet and consumption as well. Welcome to the show, Ms Lim. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, great. Basically, I think everyone know about the obesity is a growing issue in our Malaysians for that. I'm glad to be here for this conversation.
Ms Lim, Dr. Kiru, thank you for being with us today. But before we begin, a quick reminder that we will also be announcing the winners of last week's quiz. So stay tuned to find out if you're one of our lucky winners. If you have not already, remember to follow, like, and even leave a comment to let us know which health topics would you like to know more from us. Now, without further ado, let us get into the topic today. 54.4% of Malaysian adults are either overweight or obese, which is an increase compared to 2019 at 50.1%. Doctor, can you tell us why it's so hard to combat obesity in Malaysia?
Yes, that's a good question. Obesity in Malaysia is a complex issue with multiple contributing causes, including poor dietary intake, a sedentary lifestyle where most of us, take it easy way out, as so many say, and the rapid urbanization of the country itself. These factors, coupled with genetic predisposition, because we are of various races and so on, and in some cases, underlying medical conditions like hypertension, diabetes, and so on as well, contribute to this high prevalence of obesity that we see in Malaysia.
I see. Thank you for sharing, Doctor. Ms Lim, what is your take on this?
Yeah, another one of the biggest driver is our diet. So the availability of the calorie-dense food coupled with increased financial independence make us one of the faster growing country in terms of the BMIs. Apart from that, we are not taking enough vegetables and fruits. And with more people eating out regularly, especially the portion size and also the calorie content is a bit hard for us to control.
Ms. Lim, Dr. Kiru, thank you so much for sharing. I think you both are making really good points. These are things that we never really notice until we are really paying attention to our surroundings. Don't you agree so, Dr. Kiru?
Yes, that's true. And on top of that as well, stress plays a huge role in the rise of obesity in our country as well. Many turn to food as a coping mechanism, especially during the tough times and during the COVID-19 pandemic as well as one example. And we also need to consider things like income. Many in the poor economic group tend to eat cheaper variety of food, fast food, the education of our population as well. Those who are less educated probably has more issues with combating obesity. And of course, the access to healthcare, which can affect everyone with the ability to live a healthier lifestyle.
I couldn't agree more. Actually, I want to direct a question to Ms. Lim. What can we actually do about it as individuals?
Yeah, we could start with portion control. Probably we can adopt Malaysian healthy plate. We call it as a suku separuh concept, or maybe we can use it quarter half plate concept, so that the Malaysians can using that concept to apply in their life.
I see. Should we drink sugary drinks, or should we reduce the intake?
Apart from there, we need to cut out all the unsweetened beverage, such as the sweetened beverage. So this is unhealthy drinks that the people can be avoided when they dining out. So the word start to avoid is to cut down all the sweetened drinks. and we can start to drinking plain water together with the meal. Or the other alternative that we might using is unsweetened beverages such as unsweetened chrysanthemum or unsweetened barley drinks also as well for that. On top of that, lifestyle change is a key also as well. The National Health and Mobility Survey in 2023 reveals that Malaysians are very inactive. 1 in 2 adults in Malaysians lead the sedentary lifestyle. This can be combated with weekly sports exertion, physically active exercise, or even just a simple walk in the park. It not just only maintain the health, maintain the weight, and also overall well-being also as well.
I see, Ms. Lim. So I guess it concludes that portion control and physical activity is important. When it comes to physical activity, is it important for us to do vigorous or intense physical activities, or can it be light physical activities?
Basically, it doesn't have to be so intense physical activity. Anything that gets you to moving and sweating, that is enough. So based on, according to our recommendation, 150 minutes in a week will do.
I see. I think that's very important for us to abide by and actually change our lifestyle to fit this and help to reduce obesity levels. Obesity is a growing problem in Malaysia. Not just for our state of mental and physical health, it also affects the economy through treatment and labor costs, as well as loss of productivity due to absenteeism and also decreased workplace performance. It is estimated to reduce the global economy by a large amount of 17 billion ringgit. I think that's quite a lot. Don't you think so, Dr. Kiru?
Yes, actually that's quite an accurate figure. It's astronomical. In the healthcare standpoint, obesity is very costly to treat. And I think many would attest to that. The constant rate of hospitalization due to chronic diseases caused by obesity rakes up a very, very high bill. And that's just the physical aspect of it. Mentally, people with obesity are more likely to require therapy, to seek follow-up or checkups with their psychiatrists, psychologists. And this incurs higher and higher medical bills, which translates to more and more labor and operational costs as well.
I see. I guess that explains the 17 million ringgit amount. I guess it is actually a national problem. But are there any implementations by the authorities to combat this rapid growth of obesity? I think we'll start with Dr. Kiru.
Yes. Actually, there are some new guidelines that have been set up. We have policy options to combat obesity in Malaysia. The Ministry of Health outlines a comprehensive strategy to address the country's rising obesity. And it presents with the 26 food policy options. If I'm not mistaken, there are 29 physical activity policy options and 3 overarching policy options as well. These policies are designed to deter people from unhealthy food, promote activity, lifestyle changes, and comprehensive and achievable goals and infrastructures for the mass public.
Wow, I have a feeling that a lot of people are still unaware of these policies. Can you help us out with reminding us a little bit about it? Maybe Ms. Lim can help us explain?
Yeah, of course. The food-related policy aim on improving access to the healthier food and reducing the exposure for the unhealthy option. So the step include taxing unhealthy food and also drinks while subsidizing healthy items. Clear food labeling also give it the perception for the consumer to get the better idea for them to choosing the food when they go for shopping. Besides that, we'll try to ban, I think the government try to ban any advertisement for the unhealthy food near to the school and also the family places. On top of that, series of education campaign has been launched to promote healthy eating habits also as well. So secondly, we have the physical activity policy also as well, designed to help Malaysians to move a bit by developing infrastructure such as park, walkway, and also the bike lane. We have physical activity integrated together into the school curriculum, promote active workplace activities, community programs, and also nationwide programs of the daily movement. How important for the daily movement? Like for example, 10,000 steps in a day, or maybe car-free day also as well. Finally, the overarching policy to ensure all efforts are connected and accountable, like a cross collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Transportation, and Urban Planning sector to coordinate and monitor the policy.
I see. I think that's quite interesting for our audience to know, and they should be aware of these policies with the resources available made possible by the ministry. And I think we need to really get into it and identify whether these policies are efficient. Doctor, what do you think?
Yes, I think this should be taken as a very serious issue. The problem right now is awareness. I think many of us are still unaware about the policies that are in place to help us to curb the pandemic of obesity and the high BMI, that the dangers that it can pose to every one of us. And we can't wait until it's too late, of course. But as the older we get, it's more apparent that the dangers of obesity will become much, much worse. So we got to take action right now.
I see. I think to recap, the main thing here is awareness, and it's very important for that. Thank you for sharing with the Kiru and Ms Lim. Earlier in our discussion, you mentioned that the government has taken the initiative to actually ban unhealthy food and also advertisements within school range. How serious is actually childhood obesity in Malaysia? Maybe we can start with Dr. Kiru.
Yeah, I think the problem of childhood obesity is very, very serious. Comprehensive review of about 33 studies from 1996 to about 2022 has found that about 13.9% of children are overweight, and 11.8% of them were obese. 24% of them had excess weight, and 55.2%, I think, of the children under 5 years old were overweight, with 13% of them between the ages of 5 and 12 are obese. And over 10% of children between the ages of 13 to 18 years are obese.
Wow, that is actually quite a high percentage, Dr. Kiru. Don't you think so, Ms Lim?
Yeah, that's correct. I agree with Mr. Kiru. On top of that, 75 to 80% of obese adolescents are likely to remain obese into adulthood. It is very dangerous because childhood obesity increases the risk of non-communicable disease such as diabetes, hypertension, abdominal obesity, and cardiovascular condition as they're growing up.
I see. That's actually quite a number of diseases. Well, let's go into the contributing factors. What are these factors that can contribute to the rising rates of childhood obesity in Malaysia?
Yeah, basically there are a few key reasons why childhood obesity is rising in Malaysia. The first major problem is the diet. I think everybody should know. Many children are eating too much processed food, sugary drinks, and sometimes might be fast food also as well. These are the food are high in calories but low in nutrition. And definitely it's easy to access and price is affordable, and it's become the common choices for the busy family. Secondly, children are not moving enough. With more time spent indoor, especially on the screen, such as phone, TV, computer, so there's less time for them to physically active. Some school also don't have time to add on the sports and the exercise into their certain curriculum.
I see. I think that's quite important points. Dr. Kiru, would you like to add anything to that?
Yes, I think from my observation, lifestyle and environmental factors play a big role as well. In some areas, there aren't safe places for children to play outside, to go cycling safely because, the roads are so congested and so on. And at the same time, healthy food can be more expensive or harder to get, especially if they come from lower income families.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, doctor. It's not just about being lazy or being unhealthy. Sometimes access itself to healthier food options is limited for some people, especially for those who live in rural areas.
Yes, that's right. Cultural beliefs also play a major role in the situation. In some communities, being a bit chubby is considered to be very healthy, very cute. So they tend to, use that as an aspect to say that the child are growing up, right? So parents may not realize that there's a problem until it becomes more serious and these kids actually end up having some issues.
I see. Is that all? Or what about having the right information or misinformation? Is that important as well?
Yes, actually, that's true. So, because most parents don't have a guidebook to actually guide them on how to bring up children. So, sometimes the information they get is based on what was imparted to them by their parents. So, they don't know how to prepare healthier meals. They don't have the access to a good dietitian to teach them about the meal plan and so on. And many of them don't encourage the kids to go out and exercise every day. So, maybe that's another issue. All of this does add up. And if nothing changes, many of these children will continue to struggle with their weight as they gain them into their adulthood, putting them at risk of serious health conditions, which becomes a major issue later. So that's very important for us to start them off early. Very good support from their families, from the schools, from the society as well, and from us as the healthcare providers.
Thank you, Dr. Kiru. I believe that was such an informative answer. And I believe that is all the questions that we have for you today.
Great. I'm really, really glad that I was able to help answer all the questions that you had for us. I really hope that we learned something today, and all our guests as well. It was a pleasure being here today. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Ms Lim, thank you as well for coming today.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It has such an informative session for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms Lim, and thank you, Dr. Kiru, for coming and to help us raise awareness today. And therefore, I believe that is the end of our talk. I think it's very important that we address this issue of obesity in our country. Yeah. And that is all for our health costs. However, before we go, here are the winners for our giveaway quiz. If you see your name on the screen right now, please DM us to claim your prize. A big thanks to everyone who took part. And that is all from us. Thank you for tuning in to the Gleneagles Healthcast. Don't forget to follow, like, and comment our video. We post educational content almost every day. So if you don't want to miss them, press the like button and follow us for more. And that is going to be all from us. We will see you in the next episode of our Gleneagles Healthcast. Bye!